green grass, that's really not doing you any good, other than your kids to play and your dogs to use it for a bathroom. I mean, you don't need it. It's imported. It's put there for the American dream. My house, my beautiful yard. This is what you need right here. You see that? That grows food. Now, what we're going to do in the very near future, you see this, people? That's fixing to go out there and cover all that pretty green grass.
Well, the way we do it is if you want to plant, after you put your hay down, you just make a hole in the hay, drill a hole in the ground, put the plant, pull the hay back up to it.
You know what's going to happen? In about 3 or 4 or 5, 6, 8 or 10 weeks, they're going to be food. We're going to turn that green grass into something you can eat and your kids can enjoy. When I was a kid, we'd walk out through the garden, a little green beans here, a little tomato over there, onions over here, of course, and corn on the cob. We'd peel the corn off, eat it raw, until Grandpa caught us. Then we had to quit. But that's how I was raised. At my blueberry patches, we'd run out and pick blueberries and blackberries off the back field. A lot of times we didn't even go in the house to eat. We ate in the yard. You know, a piece here and a piece there. That's what America's missing, people. They need to get back to where they belong. When you get tired and old like me, you kind of miss this. And when you roll this out, you take that grass out, and you don't have to do a lot of chopping, hoeing, digging, and carrying on. You're creating something you can enjoy by just letting it go and use it. See, people, the thing is, you don't need 50 acres. Get you a couple of blueberry bushes. The thornless, no sticker blackberries. Look, see the hay down in here from last year? This year, same routine, all around the plants. Look, all up in there. What this does, it kills the grass, it turns into mulch, the worms love it, the plants bloom, you got blueberries, blackberries. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
This was the fig last year, the freeze hit. That's what it is right now. Figs are tough, they'll come back. So you got your figs, all right? The freeze got it. You can see where it hit them.
Yep, but every one of them, guys, every one of them are coming back. Look at this. Look at this.
All right. That's a great thing.
Yes, sir.
You got grapes, you got the figs. Now, here's the thing. See the tree, how beautiful it is? It's not rocket science, people. It's just good old common hard sense and heart. See these little thorns? I don't know what the name of them are, but they grow all off the tip. You can take those little tips off the end. They're delicious.
Yeah.
Tender, it makes a great salad. I mean, and look, the blackberries, it's not a wasted area, people. Utilize what you got. Look at the pond over here. People, look, see a pond. Well, there ain't much you can do with a pond. Well, I got news for you. Yes, there is. This pond around Starkey Farmstead's pond. There's persimmons, black myrtles, Yopon holly, and I'm not even sure what else.
We have some native blueberry bushes that are rare and going extinct in Louisiana, found around this pond. We use this pond as a way to capture water, and a long-term goal is to use the water from the pond to then come back and do the garden area here when we are in drought.
And you keep your water level up with a pond. If you think I'm joking.
Yeah, we're well water here, so ponds
without
needed.
This pond, I could go right out there and dig a hole 2 foot, 3 foot deep, throw a pump in there and pump the water level and this field down 2 foot in a matter of hours. Just suck the water out of the ground and move it. That pond keeps putting it back.
Yeah, it does. It creates an ecosystem.
It does.
So all my native species of bees and butterflies.
Compost, tarp, plant, it's just in this process.
But so is this a no-till garden?
Oh, yeah. You don't see anybody planting, plowing rows out here. There's no mule hook to a plow here. It's not necessary. Nope. This ground is soft. What? How long? This is what, 4 years?
This is the end of the third year.
End of the third year, Go back on her videos and look. This was rock hard clay 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Rock hard. Even the federal government comes here and takes tests, and they can't believe how this ground's improved.
Yeah, so the biology, the fungi, and the microorganisms are so alive in the soil. So clay, a lot of people say clay is a curse, but it's actually a blessing. Can you tell them why?
Oh yeah, clay is really a good growing compound if you can break it up where the plants can grow in it.
Yeah.
You know, add a little compost. But like I said, look at it. If you dig down, you'll still find some clay. See it? Look. See that? But look, it's starting to crumble, see? That's compost, people. That's worms and bacteria right there. Look at that.
Things that I want on my property that are going to naturally pollinate for me, they can use this pond.
That's right.
They use this pond to breed. They use the edges of the pond to breed. You know that we have some moths and butterflies and dragonflies found on this property that are going extinct.
Oh, yeah.
I've had LSU out here. They always get a kick out of the amount of flying insects all over my property that they can't find them. Yeah, they can't find them anywhere else. I don't use any poison. I don't use any poison, and I leave natural habitats up. It may look messy to other people, but it's peaceful to us because we can produce organic, nutrient-rich food here in a way that takes little. I'm the only worker here, folks. I don't want to be in the sun when it's 115 degrees out here, so I garden in a way that I can handle it by myself.
I put it back to the front.
Like, comment, and subscribe. We just left church. It's time for this family to go get our eat on.